Since the invention of photography back in the 19th century, numerous mysterious photos featuring unexplainable things have been taken. In this list we'll take a look at 5 mysterious and unexplained photos. Number 5. Fairy circles are circular patches of land barren of plants, varying between 2 and 15 meters in diameter, often encircled by a ring of stimulated growth of grass. Until 2014, the phenomenon was only known to occur in the grassland of the Namib Desert in the western South African region, being particularly common in Namibia. In that year, ecologists were also alerted to some rings of vegetation outside of Africa, in a part of Pilbara in Western Australia. There has been a long debate about the causes of the circles. The investigation and development of theories have included numerous theories, both mundane and supernatural. One favoured assumption is that the sand termite is responsible, but the range of the phenomena is much wider than that of the termite species, and details of the effects vary, so to ascribe all circles to any such single cause would be unrealistic. Number 4. Shadow people are dark human shapes typically seen moving at night and the most common form of ghost that people witness. Shadow people often flee in the presence of people in physical bodies, especially if they realise they've been detected, and are often viewed out of the corner of one's eye. Although experts disagree over exactly what shadow people are, where they come from and how they manifest themselves, strangely witnesses from every culture and throughout history tend to describe something similar. Billy Sanderson states he's bumped into shadows ever since living in his house. Everyone laughed at him until one Thanksgiving his daughter took a picture of her boyfriend. When she showed Billy the picture, she asked him, "What is that?" In the photograph she was referring to a tall black perfect shadow of a man with smoke coming out of his head that was swirling and went up into the ceiling. He explained that's the shadow man he's been seeing for years. Now his whole family believes what he's been seeing. Number 3. Black triangles are a class of unidentified flying objects with certain common features which have reportedly been observed during the 20th and 21st centuries. Reports generally describe this class of UFOs as large silent black triangular objects hovering or slowly cruising at low altitudes over cities and highways. Sightings usually take place at night. These objects are often described as having pulsated coloured lights that appear at each corner of the triangle. A strange NASA photo was discovered by an online UFO researcher. It was taken by Apollo 17, which was the official final manned mission to the moon. The 1972 image from the lunar surface seems to show 3 unusual lights. When examined closely, it appears that the 3 lights were coming from a triangle UFO hovering in the distance. In the original NASA photo, it's hard to determine the triangle light pattern. This could be the reason it went years without being discovered. So does this photo prove that astronauts were not alone during the Apollo 17 mission? Let me know in the comments what you think it is. Number 2. Taken in 1900, this photo shows a group of linen mill girls in Belfast posing for a photo in their work clothes. At first glance, all appears to be normal. Each woman looks towards the camera with a cord around her waist holding the tools that they used every day. But on closer inspection you can see that a young lady on the far right in the dark shirt has a hand resting on her shoulder, which she appears to be unaware of. What makes this photo so chilling is the fact it was taken more than 100 years ago. Many have tried to explain the photo as either a trick of the light or even the woman's clothes being ruffled, but none of these explanations add up. The owner of the photo states they don't believe in ghosts but admit that a few strange things have happened around the photo. Number 1. A pair of strange deaths occurred in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1966. To this day, the deaths of 2 men found under what can only be described as mysterious circumstances have yet to be explained. In fact, it's still unclear whether the deaths were self-induced or if they were murdered. The deaths are odd enough, given that 2 relatively healthy middle-aged men just got up and died together. But there were also a handful of objects with the men that made the case even more confusing and led to its popular name, the lead mask case. In August 1966, 2 electronic repairmen from Brazil left town saying they were going to buy some supplies for work and a car. They allegedly had the money for a vehicle with them. The men Miguel Viana and Manuel de Cruz later stopped at a bar to get a bottle of water. The bartender later said that Miguel appeared to be in a hurry as he was frequently checking his watch. That was the last time anyone saw the pair alive. 3 days later, a man found the bodies of the 2 men on Vintem Hill in Rio de Janeiro. Naturally, he alerted the police who conducted an investigation. They ascertained the last known whereabouts of the men. and discovered the miscellaneous items that represent their last moments alive. Both men were dressed in suits and wearing waterproof coats. They had lead eye masks with no holes, such as one would wear to protect from radiation. There was also an empty water bottle, 2 towels and a notebook. The notebook confused the case even further. It contained a few notes in Portuguese. Translated, they read, 1630, be at agreed place. 1830, swallow capsules. After effect, protect metals, wait for mass signal. The money for a car was not found. None of these items present any answers, they only pose more questions. The lead mask suggests that the men were expecting radioactivity. The problem is no radiation was detected at the site. The towels indicate that the men were expecting moisture, as do the jackets. There simply is no explanation for this. There were also claims that UFOs were seen in the area on the 17th. Here lies the biggest mystery: who were they meeting at the arranged place? Were they meeting a person or hoping for an event? We have no way of knowing. Then there are the capsules. Most sources say toxicology turned up nothing because the organs were not preserved. Therefore, we do not know if the men took the capsules or what they contained. Nobody knows for sure if the notes refer to that day, though at least that seems likely. Protect the metals may refer to some metals they were meeting to get rid of. There is also those who believe that something sinister and perhaps even truly out of this world was up there that day, saying that the recent UFO sightings could have something to do with it. But what are your thoughts? So that was 5 mysterious and unexplained photos. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more countdown videos.